Hi everyone, welcome back to Life Notes with Priyanka. Today I want to talk about something I don't think I have really spoken about it before, being average. Growing up, I always thought, I was smart student. Not the topper or anything like that, but I was good enough and I used to understand things. I studied and I got decent marks and I felt like I was doing okay. But my dad had a very different standard. I still remember him telling me, uh, kind of teasing or taunt, you can say, uh, that Priyanka can never score uh, above 90. I think he was probably right. I don't think I ever crossed 90 percentage. It was always somewhere around 70s or 80s. And whenever the results came, there would be that little disappointment. You know, I could see in my father that I could have done better, and why I didn't get more. And I think somewhere in my head, I started believing that maybe this was my limit. I'm smart, but only up to a point. Then I went to college, and that's when I really experienced, what being average actually felt like. I used to struggle to communicate in English, and then I used to struggle reading and understanding the concepts of maths, and it was too much. And also suddenly I was surrounded by so many people from different places, and then they were topper of their school, and who were actually really smart and really talented. Some people could understand things so quickly, and some were really brilliant in academics. Some could solve problems that I would sit and stare for hours without getting any answer. And I remember thinking, okay, maybe I'm not that smart after all. It was a strange feeling, to be honest, because in school I had a certain image of myself, and then I thought I was good at studies because the way teachers used to encourage me and praise me, and then that felt good. And then in college, kind of uh, uh, different image. I wasn't the smartest person in the room. Sometimes I wasn't even closer. And honestly, it took me some time to be okay with that. I think it took years to be okay with that. I think that's probably one of the first times I understood that being good at something in one environment doesn't necessarily mean that you are exceptional everywhere. There will be always bigger room, a bigger college, and a smarter person, someone who understands something faster than you. And I think slowly I became comfortable with being average. Okay, I thought I'm average. I will accept it. It's not because I stopped caring. I still wanted to do well. I still wanted to work hard, and but I stopped expecting myself to always be the best. And I think looking back, that was actually a good thing for me, because once I stopped trying to prove that I was smart, I became much more comfortable saying, I don't know, I don't understand. We can explain it to me. I started asking questions. I became more curious, I felt. And maybe that's something that stayed with me. Even now, there are so many things I don't know. There are people who are much better than me at certain things. Sometimes I still have that feeling of, oh God, everyone knows except for me, uh, especially when I'm learning something new. But it's different now. I don't immediately think maybe I am not capable. I just think, okay, I don't know this yet. I will work on it. And I think that's a big difference. Sometimes I actually look back at uh, uh, that little girl who was being told that she couldn't cross 90 percentage. And I find it funny because at that age, marks felt, they were telling me how smart I was. But now when I look at my life, I don't really think about those percentages anymore. I think about everything I have learned since then, the things I struggled with, and the things I eventually figured it out. And there are so many things I still don't know. Uh, the fact that I'm still learning. So maybe I was average. Maybe I still am in so many things. And honestly, I'm okay with that. I don't think I need to be extraordinary at everything. Consider this podcast itself. I am not extraordinary in communicating or storytelling, but I'm still trying, I'm learning. I think I have become much more comfortable being a person who is still figuring things out. And maybe that's what being average taught me. Not that I was less capable, just that I didn't have to be the smartest person in the room to have a place in it. Thank you for listening to Life Notes with Priyanka. I will see you in the next episode.